I love this song. I'm always looking, I may leave that on. I'm kind of testing copyright on YouTube on this one. I'm looking for files all the time. It's lyrics and just stuff that's supposed to be free or is, or not only lyrics, but little program upgrades and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, you know what pisses me off is these bastards that you go somewhere, like with lyrics especially, to, man, she's like wearing a diaper in the sense that was a bad decision, I think. It's just stupid looking. It's a great song, but look at that. She's like wearing a diaper. It's such an excellent song. Well, it's kind of a Middle Eastern or Indian thing, but it doesn't work. Somebody should have rethought that. If you check her out, she's actually pretty old and probably trying to cover some stuff up. Oh, another. And for God's sake, don't make up a name that's like super awesome guy number 979 or whatever. Here's Mr. Origin Gaming, and I've got Super Gamer and Console Hackers. They're mostly kids. What are you going to do? But yeah, when you go somewhere on the internet, and it really pisses me off, right? Welcome to a bitter and resentful bastard's vlog where he lists all of us. I try not to do that, to list all my problems and resentments and shit, but yeah, I think everybody hates that. I'm sure it happens a lot. I have a lot of programs open: Logic, Final Cut, a couple of browsers for different JavaScripts. And when everybody knows that JavaScripts fuck everything up, all kinds of scripts, and Facebook and all this shit. And so the computers, it's a strong, powerful computer, but I run it till it gets overloaded. Every few days I have to reboot just because I have so many things open, and I know it's not good to do that. But anyway, yeah, I'm right at the edge of my RAM limit. Like, I got 2K left to work with in Logic, and I go to get the lyrics to a song. I got the greatest mix, and 42,000 fucking banner ads pop up and bullshit, and then it launches all these fucking scripts and crashes not really crashes, just bogs me down. I have emergency saves and shit. I don't ever lose anything unless a hardware failure, and then I have hardware backups and shit. But it just, people, it really pisses me off. Right? What's my beef? Here's my beef. Let me tell you about my beef. What's my beef? But anyway, Jay Leno used to do a funny thing like that, and I liked it. What's my beef? But yeah, people, stuff that's advertised as free and is free everywhere. The people who make all these bullshit sites and try to sell it to you, and then when you go to their site, they try to make your browser stick where you can't navigate away from it. Happens all the time. Luckily for lyrics, I use AZ lyrics. And that's all. It's no scripts, no bullshit. Some of the lyrics pages you try to copy, I would like to copy it. I bring all of my media into Logic Pro, the original song and video, so I can watch the video when I refer back to the song, And then as I'm programming drums and playing bass and shit, I can listen and get the gestalt, if you will, of the song, So I bring the original song and video into Logic. I bring the lyrics into it. What else? I'm kind of goofy. Some sites, they won't let you they try to sell you the fucking lyrics. It's like, dude, it's available for free. Anyway, people doing, it's like, I'm going to put my shoes on. I might go outside. I might not. I'm hungry as hell. But, it's just human nature. It's like, here's the thing. Anything that you can find for sale on the internet that's information, whether it's text files or videos or pictures, whatever. If it's a media file, doesn't matter. Audio, video, text, pictures, who knows, all kinds of application files and stuff. If it's for sale on the internet, even legally, and even if it's not, you can find it for free if you're in a pinch, you know. But stuff that's supposed to be free, that assholes are trying to put a fucking, you know, sell you, that's free everywhere else. And I shouldn't say that, because I've had a bunch of sites where I was like, well, by the sheer volume of people who hit this site, some people will buy this bullshit text file, and a lot did, you know. But I understand the mentality, but it's to the point now where, I mean, it's just out of hand. Luckily, I have bookmarked a lyrics site that's just plain text, no fanciness. The lyrics, let me copy and paste them, thank you, goodbye. Or the score, you know, I like to have the score also. And lyrics, chords, usually chords, I don't need the score much, but it's cool, you know. I can look at each part and go, oh, yeah, that's neat. I'll put that figure in there. I work a lot with MIDI guitar and also with regular guitar, you know. I input all the weird foreign instruments with MIDI guitar, or play guitar and then butcher that signal in Logic so much that it sounds like a, I don't know, what do you call MIDI, all those Middle Eastern, I mean, there's so many of them. What was I just working with? Like Chinese Eru or lutes or whatever, recorders. I think I'm going to take an aspirin. I'm going to try to show you guys. I'm a bachelor. I live alone in this hell of an environment here. A lot of cool stuff is happening, you know. I mean, the stuff I'm doing is getting to a level of quality where it sounds as good as you know, people are getting in fights. Now, somebody came by and posted my cover When the Levee Breaks sounds better than Led Zeppelin, and if you A-B them, it is different, and it's kind of thicker, and it's almost, you know, I feel like, you know, blasphemy, brah, kind of a thing, you know, blasphemy. But in a way, it is, I have better tools than they had at the time, you know, and to make it sound bigger and digital and better and thicker and richer. So in a way, it does sound better, you know. That's the technical side. Then you get to the artistic side, and that's each person's call, you know, on their own. Aspirin, redneck high tea coming. I think I'll put my tea bag in. Good old cheap Lipton. And world's filthiest microwave. Oh, I've had that same cup, by the way. This is the only cup I have, in fact. And I've had this same damn cup now for months and used it over and over. It's not like I'm Mr. Green or Planet Earth or anything. I kind of am, but I try to be. You know, what comes around goes around. Kind of a deal. I believe in energy working like that, where it's like what you put out there, you probably get a lot of that back, you know. But, yeah, one cup for months, and it's fine. I have one cup, one plastic fork usually, one plastic spoon, and, you know, I had one spoonful anyway, you know, like that. Let me see if I can situate this camera. The tripod's kind of turned out to be somewhat useless. I mean, well, no, it's all broken up and fucked up. Come on, bitch. $6 tripod, what are you gonna do? Don't. See what I mean? Then the camera waggles every which way and the tripod won't stay attached. Gorilla pod or whatever. Come here, man. I get determined with shit. Gotta work, you know. That'll do something. I don't know what. So, oh man, come on. It's sitting on my spool. I keep a spool of wire around to fix just stuff too. That microwave's probably pretty loud. Let me see. I'm hungry. I'll show you some of the redneck high tea I just love. You get your tea, it puts like a kind of a lemony citrus thing in your tea. Everybody uses lemon in your tea, and a lot of people do. Oh man, what did I do with that? This just isn't my day. I had it this morning. My can opener. But oh, that's gonna completely piss one of those days. Okay. What did I do with that? It's around here. The place probably put it in the fridge. You know, one of the things I do a lot is I get salads like this. I buy them like 20 at a time and eat 2 a day. And usually I would eat pretty much only these. And that way you can get a fork and a dressing and all the stuff with it. And bada bing, bada bang, it's over. So here's I got my redneck high tea there. No Mountain Dew left. I'll throw that towards the door and kick it out. Oh man, I am infuriated. I can't find my fucking can opener. Yeah, it's one of those deals. You know, I've had clients tell me I'm the most patient person they've ever met. That's the other thing. You know, working with computers, it is infuriating. I was trying to calculate how many years I've spent looking at that motherfucking beach ball spinning, waiting for something to process, you know. But usually I'm a good sport about it, and I realize, well, if you wouldn't keep 42 applications open, you know, but I had clients, it would just be one guy, Guru Prem, if he's watching. He would never watch this. You can't beg him to watch a fucking video. He loves music, you know. He's a Sikh, sort of holistic healer in Los Angeles, and a good friend of mine, the Sikhs. I did a lot of shit for the Sikhs. In fact, I was the first person to master and put the original Sikh prayers on a quadruples. They did it all through me, all their business, and they do music constantly. They're insane. They're cool people. But yeah, we took the original Sikh prayers and mastered them to CD, and then he's a smart businessman because he sells all of those at these Sikh conventions they have. And you know, I mean, I never realized how much of a businessman he was. Oh man, I picked up 3 subscribers since I started this vlog. I'm doing good on subscribers. I have now 3,000 and some, which is cool. But yeah, a lot of people, you know, business like that was cool. He was a smart businessman. He's one of those people. He used to come in at they get up at like 3 and do prayer, meditation, and yoga, which I did with them a couple of times. It was a lot of fun, you know. He's a cool guy. He's like, I'm not trying to turn you Sikh. If you want to come do meditation and yoga with us and just meditate during the prayers, that's cool, at the ashram, or, you know. So yeah, I went a couple of times, but he was like, I'm not trying to turn you Sikh, man. Whatever, he's a real, but he has an attitude. He has a vlog, Guru Prem, and he was, when in his younger days, I mean, you know, the Sikhs, turban, long beard and shit. Real good friend of mine, still good friend. Hell, I'm an honorary Sikh, you know. Anyway, he had such little patience. I'd hit, you know, it's like sun up, and he'd book in the studio. Back then it was like 25 or 50 bucks an hour, you know, real cheap. So, and I was one of the few people in LA that had Pro Tools. But I'd hit process on a file, and I had to kind of calm him down sometimes. It was so funny. I actually have a song called Guru with an Attitude, because I'd hit process, and the beach ball would come up, you know, the progress bar, and he'd just be like, oh, what? You know, I can't fucking stand it. You know, he wouldn't curse, but he would just, I can't, what is going on? You know, I have to be, you know, be one with yourself, my friend, you know. We'll order a pizza. They'll make you one with everything. Bad jokes. Fuck. Where is my fucking can opener? I had a brain injury and I have a memory problem. Which, by the way, one of the things that's really helped me, though, is I can't remember the mental blocks and hang-ups I used to have because of this. So when I'm doing a song, it's just like I used to come to certain roadblocks and I'd always be able to get around them, but after a big struggle. But now I'm just like, oh, I'm at the point where the guitar is not working and I'm sort of annoyed and frustrated with or whatever the mental block is, or the point where it's like, yeah, I usually just sequence drums, sort of a beat, and fuck it. Now I don't remember those hang-ups. I'm like, well, I just get all happy. I'm like, well, I'm sequencing drums. Each one must be exactly correct and go all the way through the file lovingly and patiently. So it's been, I don't remember all the hang-ups I used to have or the mental blocks. So that's been awesome. I mean, I wish I'd be more awesomized if I could find my can opener. I actually had one. I have another one that's like a... what did I do? I sort of remember this morning I was like, I never put it here. But, so I got my steep, scalding hot tea. Here comes the extra caffeine and sort of lemony flavor. And it's just great, But I do all kinds of stuff, like I've gotten inventive. Now what do I do with that? Oh, man. I was going to show you one of my recipes, and if you can call it that, some of the stuff I eat. Yeah, things are going real well. I've actually had several major labels sort of make contact, like, comment, favorite, and what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, somebody posted on... People don't understand when you post something on a site and reply to someone else. I'm not even involved in some of it. Somebody posted, this sounds better than Led Zeppelin, and somebody came to it like 3 in the morning last night, and it said, are you fucking insane? Kill yourself or something. I'm not even involved in the conversation, and that come through, and I'm like, I don't need bullshit like that. I like the woman, actually. She's like a friend who said that it sounded better than Zeppelin, and in a way it does. Technically, and on the technical side, it has more punch and more depth and clarity than the original. Artistically, that's your call. I like it. I'm pretty happy with that one. Well, I would change a couple of little things, but yeah, with bullshit like that, people, fucking human nature. I mean, really, man. And I've done all this shit, and I've been there. Human fucking nature. It's like, people who can't find, they always come at you. What I'm learning is, there's the site there, and a lot of, they always come at you in 1,000 different ways with little put downs and jabs and shit. And really what it is, they ought to call the thumbs down the discouragement button. I don't even pay attention anymore, because after 100 people say, hey, this is fucking awesome, and thumbs up something, I'm like, yeah, I knew that when I posted it. And some of my shit sucks. Not sucks, but just isn't so great. I know that when I post. I try not to post stuff like that, You'll see a bunch of music files on this site, my personal site, where they're not really good enough for Billy's site. I'm trying to put the best, and I'm obsessed with the can opener. I've always been that way. I will tear, I was looking for once and literally took a chainsaw to a small trailer house and cut it in half looking for something. I get crazy. But yeah, people, they just, we gotta fuck with each other, and another one of my original songs. God damn it. Wow, 2 more subscribers. I don't understand that, really. Well, I do, it's cool, but man. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, let it go. Let it go. I need that, though. I'm in that endless loop of like, I gotta let this go, but I fucking need it. You gotta let it. But I do need it. But yeah, I have a very high hit to subscriber ratio, and okay, well, I can get in this can. Well, Oh man, that just infuriates me. Anyway, the recipe is, what I like to do is, and this is awesome. This is just white chicken meat. This is potato salad. I like the red skin. I don't even know really much about it or what it is. Oh, awesome. Lost this weeks ago. These honey sunflower seeds, these are great. Honey roasted sunflower seeds, these are better than, and they're just great snack. I'm trying to keep some weight on because I've lost a lot of weight, and I had some bouts with eating disorder stuff before, and I forget to eat for days. Sometimes my pants are starting to get where they're slipping off now. Take your potato salad. I open up a can of white meat chicken, then I just put it in there and mix it up, you know, and then you just eat potato salad and chicken together. When you're done, the lid snaps back on. It's awesome and delicious. You know, and it's easy. Then you just throw the whole kit and caboodle out. I can't stand dishes. Let me see. Let me grab this. So I'm gonna have to design a name for that dish, but it's cool, you know, because it's all. You got your potato salad. You got your chicken. Mix the two, and eat the chicken off the top and put the tub away. You get several good. And it's meat and potatoes, you know. Get a good meal out of it. Then I bought the bulk. I love ranch dressing, although creamy balsamic is great. Get all this, anyway, it sounds like a sales pitch or something, but you know, they're just easy things to make that aren't a mess, but get it at your local market now. The old proximity effect. Yeah, so I'm still tripping on that can opener. I gotta let that go. You know, you get in these weird deals where it's just like, but that's part of the thing that makes me good at some stuff is, and part of the thing that fucks me up in life is, I think a lot of normal people can't understand this kind of thing that I have been and always been sort of, is that, when you're driven to do things, it's like, I will move heaven and earth to do stuff and not eat, not sleep, not think about anything to get things done. Some people, the way I was raised, you know, we didn't work from 9 to 5. When you're living on a ranch, you know, sometimes a water pipe bursts or something. It's like, no, we work till the fucking job is done, Jack. And if that means you lay in a frozen ditch for 3 or 4 days or 2 weeks, doesn't matter. You're getting the fucking water fixed. Not, well, I'll get up and do it tomorrow kind of a thing. It's, you work till the job is done, straight. Like that, you know. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know, I am on the... This shouldn't even be working. I'm going to toss it. I've been letting it run out because I don't want it. I don't make phone calls. It's supposed to run out and it's paid up. I've overpaid it. I'm just letting it go for free. You know, I don't want to deal with it. It's nothing but a nuisance. I don't need it. You know, plus the handset doesn't work. And anyway, I would rather cancel the account, which is paid up for their dumbass subscription. That's another thing. You gotta pay, sign up for 2 years. And the phones are like, look at this. It's a cheap piece of shit plastic. They can manufacture this for like $3 nowadays, you know. It's nothing. They give them away. And, but the money is in, they make the money on forcing you to sign up, you know. I remember I had a cell phone one time. The bill, right when it first came out, the bill was like, you know, at least, I think it was a minimum $600 a month. LA Cellular, anybody remember that? In like the late 80s, early 90s. And, oh, it's getting nice and cool out. You know, it was like, in those days, let me see if anybody's out here before I start walking around. Oh, Mom came by. Look at this. These are good, too. she's funny, man. They don't understand. I think they think I'm some kind of pathetic bastard when I'm having the time of my life, you know? I mean, I'm in a lot of pain and with physical illness, and I'm not well, but I'm having a blast. But they don't understand what I'm doing at all. They don't understand. Thousands of people, you know, contact me all the time, and I have all kinds of stuff, and I'm doing great work. It's a lot of fun, you know, to see how far you can go with this kind of thing, see how good you can get, you know. But with the phones, yeah, I mean, when I had a cell phone, these glasses are ruined, man. See, they got fog. It's a permanent kind of marring or fog on there, and they give you kind of that sort of, if you could bring dignity to this situation, sort of a dignified older guy look kind of thing, you know. But yeah, when I noticed behind the mic too, there's a nice, I wonder if it's a bi-directional mic. Yeah, if you had a cell phone, when I first got a cell phone, it was like, you know, it was impressive stuff, you know, I mean, it really was, and now they're just giving them away for nickels. They can manufacture those things, and that one doesn't work, so I'm letting the subscription run out, which is paid for the 2-year damn thing. Should have ran out weeks ago, but they're trying to sell me another one. People, man, I don't blame them. They're just trying to make a living. But yeah, with cell phones, I mean, it was impressive. It was cool. It was neat early on, but now it's like they issue them to the fucking homeless. You know, there's no. And I can't stand people, especially certain ethnic groups, who use the ones. It's like, you know, beep beep beep. Yo, man, where you at? All that shit. You're standing in line and somebody's holding a cell phone like 9 feet from their fucking. You know, yo, man, what's up? Well, I'm doing. It's like cell phone etiquette. You know, I don't fire up a cell phone at a movie or in public at all. I try not to. That's why it's kind of weird vlogging. Yeah, hoses, all kinds of stuff. Man, I am really looking kind of seedy. I don't really bother to keep super, you know, clean here or anything. Which reminds me, I forgot to take a shower for a couple of days. Yeah. I don't know, you know, I really am glad people, I have friends around the world now, and people respect and like what I'm doing. I finally feel like I'm somewhat understood. I realize now my family doesn't give a shit. They're not music people. Like if you know, some people who get it, if you tell them, hey, I meticulously recreated When the Levee Breaks or any Zeppelin song, or I've done a bunch of Pink Floyd songs, and the quality is just as good or better than the originals, plus the performances are kick-ass. The people that I know and like and would understand me, and others, millions of others like me around the world, would go, oh man, I gotta hear that. That's fucking awesome. We would talk about it for weeks, you know, all the time. What are you doing now? You know, but no, they're not music people. And then my fucking nephew, what is his fucking name? Nicholas, you bastard. I gave my fucking nephew a nice Strat, a nice candy apple red Strat with custom pickups. Never really used it. I used it on a couple of ambient tunes. I've got a ton of guitars. It was cool. It was a nice gesture. I'd never met him. And I gave him a nice Strat, and he has a Facebook page, and I hate fucking Facebook. I set Billy up a fucking now he's got all kinds of likes on Facebook. It's crazy, which is cool. I love it. It's great, you know, but I don't ever use it really. So I gave my nephew a fucking guitar, not a cheap Strat, a nice one, you know, like a good $500 item, a real Strat, yeah. And God knows I won't part with the Tellys really yet, or Les Pauls. So, you know, it was like, oh, big deal, $500, pretty cool. But then I'd email him on Facebook for months now and say, hey, I've done another video, check it out, it's good. Yada, yada, yada. You know, nothing, or one time he wrote back, he watched my kind of comedic versions of shit, and he was like, oh, that's funny. Never heard from him. So then finally, somehow, because of this oil deal they're doing, I don't even give a fuck. When money comes, I asked my one sister when it first started, when money comes, I trust you to pass it on to me. Do so. If not, keep it. Don't bother me with it, And so anyway, I got her email address, my little sister, that I remember bringing home from the hospital, And I sent her a link. I thought, well, this Portishead Roads thing, I actually like that, and I really like it. Months later, I looked at it the other night, and I go, man, who did that? That's fucking awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. Came out cool. One of those deals that just comes out cool. So I sent her a link to Portishead Roads, and she wrote back and said, oh, I just love that. That's awesome. Oh, incredible, And it's like, wait a minute. So your fucking son hasn't been right, nephew, and I was going to put him in, let him play me younger in a couple of my videos. Not now, you little bastard. I might still, I don't know. Nick's his name. And these fucking kids have been models and shit, and you've seen their faces, probably all kinds. He was on the Gap's like main ad for a while. Good looking little fucker. Bright blue eyes, sexy hair. Well, I think I'll visit. No, I dig chicks and of age, but he is a good-looking kid. All of her kids are, and they've all been models and shit. But anyway, the thing is that the motherfucker hadn't been. I'm trying to be understood by these fuckers, these people that I don't know, my family. And what time is it? Oh, I'm 32 in. Fuck this. I'm obsessing over a can opener and saying fuck a lot. Anyway, he hadn't even passed the links on to her, and I said, please pass these on to your mom. She would enjoy this and get a kick out of the crazy uncle, actually doing some cool shit, in an RV in the middle of nowhere. And I'm going to cover that tire up. Boy, long-term sun really damages shit. Hey, what's happening, man? There's my neighbor over there. But, so anyway, what was the deal? Long-term son, yeah. No, she hadn't been, he had not been getting or sending her the links and shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm practically dying to get this done. I'm working here. I'm like, show these people, your mom, what it is that I'm doing here. He hadn't bothered. That's life, I mean, he's a kid. But, oh man. It's like a new neighbor there. I don't know. I've seen him a couple of times. Them and that dog. So, yeah, I mean, alright, what's my beef? Other than that, I'm always pretty happy, really. I mean, I got no complaints. There's that wooden recorder I like so much. I feel like having an impromptu jam on that one. But it's turning off cool. Yeah, so just stuff like that. It's okay, I mean, people. One of the first things that I learned when I started going to those 12-step groups, kind of a deal. Those 12-step groups is that, and it's actually really freeing. I would, I'll close on this thought, and it's helpful. I was going in Hollywood in Los Angeles to sort of the trying not to hit the movie star meetings, but they're all at them all the time. More of the sort of smaller, groovier meetings. But one time I shared something, and learning how to be humble is one thing. Self-humiliation in public is another. And it takes a while to get that when you first get sober. And this is like 20 years ago, kind of a thing, if not 25 years ago. And anyway, so I'd shared something at one of those meetings before I kind of knew the line between, like, being humble, like I say, and not humiliating yourself. There's a big difference there, you know. When you're duly sober, you don't know. So anyway, I shared something the week before that was kind of embarrassing, but it's nice too. And my friend Eddie, who was an announcer on TV, that makes it sort of official and weird. He had this deep voice. Well, he did like this Star Wars thing. It seems like the official Star Wars thing to me now. It's like, we'll be back with more Star Wars, you know, some sort of documentary. Anyway, digression. But I came to the meeting, I was kind of mousing around, and I saw Eddie. I go, Eddie, come here. I go, man, I'm so embarrassed about what I said last week, you know. And he goes, what? And I go, you know, I was talking about this thing and that stuff. It's kind of embarrassing, man. And I'm just wondering, you know, if I kind of feel embarrassed in front of all these people. He goes, hey, man, he goes, don't you know, all these people are so fucking self-obsessed, they're not paying any attention to you. And in fact, that's how life works. It's not about you. No one gives a shit. And it's so true, you know. That's really a freeing idea in life, is to realize it's not about me. Shit isn't centered on me. We're all centered on ourselves, because we have to be to survive, you know. It's genetics, it's physics, it's, you know, evolution. So it kind of has to be that way. So I understand why sometimes friends and family have, not one of them has posted a comment, or my sister watched one. She didn't go through my playlist or anything, you know. So yeah, because they're focused on themselves. This is so fucking long, man, this thing. But that was so freeing to learn, because through my teens, I thought everybody was paying I had an over-exaggerated, I can't remember the term in psychology, but feeling that people were paranoia, probably, is what they call that, but maybe a hypersensitive sort of feeling like people were paying attention, so hugely overblown attention to the mistakes that I would make and the embarrassing things I would do. And in life, that's, you know, and I'm not here to give you fucking life lessons. I'm relating what some of my experience to you. If you can use it, good. If not, that's good too, you know. So yeah, people just aren't paying that much attention to and that's actually sort of handy a lot of times. Unfortunately, you know, when they're not paying attention to your mistakes, that's handy. Unfortunately, they're also not paying attention to your triumphs, which is kind of sad sometimes and makes you feel misunderstood. Anyway, I should talk about why people do art and love and all of that whole deal. My theorem. It's all good. I think I'll do. I've been kind of a dick in this one. Pissed off rapper. So, yo, that's my motherfucking vlog for today. Yo, increase the peace. Peace out, yo, motherfuckers. Yo, peace out.